Level 1, the student pilot. Imagine this. You're sitting in a cockpit for the very first time. Controls right in front of you. Engine humming in your ears. And one question echoing in your chest, can I actually do this? That exact moment, that's where a student pilot's journey begins. A student pilot isn't just someone who doesn't know things yet. A student pilot is someone for whom everything is brand new, and that newness, that's their greatest superpower. First lesson, the instructor says, feel the airplane. You think, is this a machine, or is this something alive? Then the plane banks for the first time. Your hands are on the controls. And suddenly, you understand. Nobody writes that feeling down. You just feel it. In a student pilot's world, every single day brings a new mistake. And every single mistake becomes a new lesson. Bad landing. Lesson. Wrong altitude. Lesson. Froze up on the radio. Lesson. That's not failing. That's flying school. Every great pilot who has ever lived once sat in that exact seat, scared, confused, uncertain, and kept going anyway. The cockpit doesn't ask if you're ready. It just asks if you're willing. Level 2, the private pilot. You pass the test. You have the license. The instructor steps out. The door closes. And for the first time, it's just you. No one to correct you. No one to take over. Just you, the airplane, and the entire sky. This is the private pilot moment. And it hits differently than you expected. Because here's what nobody tells you before you solo, freedom is heavy. When something goes wrong at 5,000 feet, you don't turn to the right seat for answers. There is no right seat. There's just your training, your instincts, and the decisions you make in the next few seconds. The private pilot learns something the student never could, real responsibility. You start flying cross-country. You read weather like it's a language. You talk to ATC like you belong there, because now, you do. You're not just a passenger with a license. You're a pilot. You plan your routes. You check your fuel twice. You know that confidence isn't the absence of doubt, it's doing the thing carefully despite the doubt. The private pilot doesn't fly to impress anyone. They fly because the moment the wheels leave the ground, nothing else in the world matters. Level 3, the commercial pilot. Everything changes with one word. Professional. The commercial pilot doesn't just fly for passion anymore. People pay to be on your airplane. Families board your flight trusting you completely, many of them without even looking at who's flying. That trust. You feel its weight every single time you walk through that cockpit door. This is where aviation stops being a hobby and becomes a calling. The standards get brutal. The hours get long. The weather doesn't care about your schedule, and neither does the checklist. You fly in conditions a private pilot would cancel for. You make decisions at speed that most people couldn't make sitting still. But here's what separates a commercial pilot from everyone else. They don't just manage the airplane. They manage the situation. Hydraulics acting up. They already ran the checklist mentally before the warning even finished beeping. Passenger medical emergency mid-flight. Diverted, coordinated, handled, calm voice on the radio the entire time. Commercial pilots are trained to perform when performance is hardest. Not when skies are clear and everything is working. But when things break, and decisions need to happen fast, and panic is the wrong answer. The cockpit is quiet. The passengers have no idea what just got solved. That's the job done right. Level 4, the captain. 4 stripes on the shoulder. It sounds like an achievement. And it is. But what it really means is something deeper. The captain is not just the most experienced pilot on the airplane. The captain is the final word. On everything. When the first officer is uncertain, the captain decides. When the crew is rattled, the captain stays steady. When air traffic control gives a clearance that doesn't feel right, the captain speaks up. Every single time. There is a legal phrase in aviation, pilot in command. 3 words. Absolute authority. Absolute responsibility. If something goes wrong on that flight, anywhere, at any altitude, in any weather, it comes back to the captain. Not the airline. Not the weather. Not the airplane. The captain. And yet, great captains don't rule the cockpit. They lead it. They ask the first officer's opinion. They listen. They build a crew that thinks together, because they know that 2 sharp minds catch more than one legendary one. The captain knows something it took a lifetime of flying to learn. The best pilots are not the ones who never face emergencies. They're the ones who have already thought through every emergency, long before it happens. At 35,000 feet, somewhere between one city and another, there is a person up front who carries the weight of every soul on that airplane. No announcement. No applause. Just 4 stripes, 2 hands on the controls, and a responsibility that never sleeps. That is the captain. He was once a student pilot too, just like you. Every captain started with one thing. Not 4 stripes, just a dream, and the courage to show up. The sky only asks you one question. Are you willing? Then keep going. We will see you up there.